And now it's time for how do you completely fizzle out your career after a career breakout performance in Whiplash? Number 1. Star in Fantastic Four. F that movie. And this has been how to let your career completely fizzle out after a career breakout performance in Whiplash. There was a point in history where I thought that Miles Teller was one of the most exciting young actors in the business today. That point in history was about November 2014 after Whiplash. Whiplash was a good movie. Like, honestly, 2 years later, it's kind of okay. He and Jonah Hill star in War Dogs. War Dogs is a movie about two young men played by Jonah Hill and Miles Teller who sell arms to the American military and take a large profit from the war, essentially, without having actually stepped foot on the battlefield. God, this movie's so much like The Big Short. Okay, I'll just have to get into it. Let us start with the positives about this movie. This is a very cool story. The actual plot for this movie is really cool. It's an interesting time in American history, and I feel like the story was done with a lot of love in this movie. What I mean by that is that you can tell that the director and the stars and the producers and all the creative team behind it really did their homework on the story, the actual true story. You can tell it's something that's really interesting to them also. And although if you've seen any crime movie ever, you can follow the beats exactly, that means that the script is good, you know, the story is good. Okay, now to talk about how the movie could have been better. The thing that confuses me about War Dogs is that I'm not sure why it's not a documentary. I mean, yeah, we've seen a lot of documentaries on the kind of Bush administration, the War on Terror, that whole period of US history. But the confusing thing about War Dogs is that the characters aren't really that interesting, so it doesn't have that. And there's so much narration anyway. It's essentially a documentary. But whatever, it's a movie. Whatever. But I think that the biggest issue with War Dogs is kind of what I just said. There's not really a lot of reason to care or be interested in the characters. Their profession, what they do, the actions that they take, are pretty cool, and I enjoyed watching that. And I feel like that comes down to the homework and research that the filmmaker and everybody else did on that. But the actual characters, how they are as people, as real human beings, not really that interesting. Jonah Hill's character is this really ambivalent presence. He doesn't have a lot of backstory or information given to him, and I feel like that it's obviously a choice. He's supposed to be a bit of an enigmatic character, but there's really nothing to it other than the flashy portrayal that Jonah Hill's giving, which is entertaining at times, but there's really not a lot to it. The only thing that Miles Teller really has to play with on a personal level in this movie is that he has a wife and a kid. It's just awkward because his wife in the movie, the two actors, Miles Teller and whoever this actress is, they don't have a lot of chemistry, and it's pretty awkward. From a structure point of view, the movie's just cliche enough to be fine when it comes to structure, though it did feel a bit long. From a technical point of view, this movie is really cut to death, and I'm not really exactly sure why. It's cut to death without it being energetic. Part of why the movie The Big Short is so exciting is because even though the subject matter is so boring, it's really, really exciting and energetic and fast-paced. This movie does not have that. It doesn't try for that. And I think it should have. If that were the case, I would understand it being cut to death, like the actual edit of the movie, but it's not, so it's kind of weird that the whole movie's in close-up and there's really no reason for it. It's just, it feels really, really awkward. All that being said, War Dogs is a fine movie. It's a good movie. I think it's overall a pretty good time at the theater. Am I going to remember it 1 week from now? Probably not. Is it a movie of good enough entertainment value? Yes. Am I asking myself simple questions to make myself appear intelligent? Yes, I am. War Dogs, 6 out of 10. I'm seeing Kubo in the 2 strings later today. Stay tuned for that review. I hope it's good. Bye.